Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more gymnastics content with regards to CrossFit. I just want to say a big thank you to those that have already subscribed. We have hit over 1,000 subscribers now. We are well on the way to monetization, and that's down to you guys. We appreciate that. It goes a long way and it helps the channel to continuously grow. So hopefully over the next coming months we can get some more footage. We can get some more in-depth footage for CrossFit. And yeah, just want to say a big thank you on that. I can't believe within a couple of months we are already over 1,000 subscribers. So big shout out to you guys. So as well as that, we have got our daily gymnastics program launched at the minute. So if you go over to our description box or our channel page, we have got our daily programming for gymnastics has officially launched. We have already got a few interests in that already. We are already kicking off with that. So very excited with that. This is to work towards the 2023 season. So we will work the strength and endurance aspect on the daily programming, and we are looking towards launching our private programs for skill acquisition based. So whether that be getting your first bar muscle up, your first handstand hold, your L sits, whatever sort of skills you're looking to work towards. And as I keep reiterating, there's been a whole list of new skills. So whether you're beginner, intermediate, or elite, there is something there for each of you, for you guys to add to your repertoire for your CrossFit performance and your CrossFit workouts, especially come the Open next. I think February the Open is going to start. So yeah, let's get into this video. I've been asked to do a reaction video, my thoughts, my feelings, and this is from the 2020 season. Now, I believe this was during the lockdowns, and everything was done during sort of in-house in gyms. Only elite athletes could train or compete. So yeah, this is going to be Noah Olsen and Matt Fraser's side by side handstand hold. I'm just going to give my reactions to how I think they got on with their performance in this particular event. So bear in mind, this is the event. This is event 6, and max handstand hold is going to pretty much fry your shoulders. Now I can't remember all the previous events that they've done in the lead up to this, but we do need to take into consideration that these guys are going to have some sort of fatigue setting in by this point. So let's have a little look. So Matt's already had a little bit of a wobbly start. So not ideally the best start when it comes to being very critiqued on his handstand hold. You don't want to start off walking around and trying to fight balance when you're doing a max hold. You're sort of wasting that small little chunks of energy. Noah seems to be in a good position, not moving his hands, well balanced. I've noticed both have their legs apart and they are at a slight closed shoulder angle now. Whether that's to do with previous sports before CrossFit. Now these guys will have done CrossFit for some years now. At this stage, so Matt would have been into his, I think, 5-year mark, and Noah would have been probably around about 6-7 year mark. Um, so whether or not that has to do with a lot of the upper chest works and lots of ring dips, lots of muscle up works can tighten us up, bench work, things like that can close us up. Now, even in men's artistic gymnastics, we can get very tight in these positions, in these front delts areas and the pecs can really make us look rounded and look anterior round the shoulders, so that when it comes to doing handstand, when it comes to looking at the wrists to the shoulders to the hips to the ankles, you can see from the wrists here to the shoulders and the chest, we're sort of not quite in a straight line in what we call an open shoulder angle. Noah is the same, so he's got a nice. I mean, that's probably the camera angle that he's got here, but his chest comes this way instead of pushing the armpits forwards towards where he started, and same for Matt, and it might be again just looking at this camera angle here. He looks more open than Noah, but it's hard to sort of judge without having both of them side by side fully. But that's the one thing I can sort of see. Matt sort of had his hand movement, so he's exerted unnecessary energy that he needed to, and is fighting to keep balance within the. I think it's the meter by meter box that they're in there, so it's not a relatively big box. Now the rules for this hold is they are allowed to move anywhere within the box as long as they don't leave the box, and obviously they don't come down from the handstand and touch the floor with their feet. That would end the hold. Um, it was good to see from different athletes, particularly on the female side in this event, that they used different strategies. So they did the split style handstand, which I've got onto in a little video. So if you go to the playlist and check that out in the earlier videos that I've done. But there are different strategies when it comes to finding your balance, and these two lads have chosen to keep everything sort of parallel in terms of keeping their legs apart. And yeah, remember, not everything in this is about the aesthetics. They're not being scored on this. It's just whatever it takes to hold for maximum amount of time. So as we can see, Matt's decided to bend his legs at this particular point of the video. From what I could see, he was only slightly off balance. So what he's done is he's counterbalanced by bending the legs here. I think that's a good strategy for him. And guys, you need to find what sort of works for you in whatever stage you're at. Now, obviously, from an absolute extreme gymnastics coaching point of view, ideally we'd like legs apart. Sorry, we'd like legs together, toes together, pointed, all the sort of aesthetics that you would see in the artistic world. Uh, I would still like to see in the CrossFit world, but it's just not. It's just not going to happen from the aesthetics point of view. Now, when I do my handstands, I still keep my legs together and I still keep my legs straight. That's just me personally. I think the best sort of strategy and prolonging that max hold is going to be the best way going forwards. So far, Noah's got his legs apart, but they're still straight. He's not fighting too much in terms of keeping his balance on point. Oh, come on, Matt. There we go. So Matt's already having to fight his way through. Again, like I said at the start of the video, whether or not that's to do with fatigue in the shoulders, I can't remember all the previous 5 events, but off the top of my head, I do think they were very some long based and anaerobic based workouts, if I remember right. So again, fatigue will set in at this point. So it's down to sound mechanics, making sure the basics are done right and is done as best as you can for the mobility that these guys have got. Now, both these guys typically have great mobility when it comes to the Olympic lifting. When it comes to the gymnastics work, particularly the rings and the rig work, I know these two guys have got a really, really good endurance for certainly when it comes to muscle work and chest to bar work, those really complex aerobic uh, skills that really take out your endurance. These have got really high numbers for those sort of top end gymnastic skills. So seeing Matt having to really fight and pull back his handstand, he's already moved in the meter square. So let's see if he can manage to keep going a little bit longer. So you can probably see a little bit better now that Matt's moved from what I was mentioning earlier. He's got his shoulder here, wrist here, now his chest is here. Ideally, if we could open this up more, his chest would be around this point. This would align everything directly in a straight line. If we can see my cursor, hopefully. Okay, so from the wrist to the shoulders, hips should be around here, knees should be around here, and then feet or ankles should be here. This will prolong uh, maybe a couple of seconds. It could be 10 seconds. It could be different for everyone. But the point is, over a long period of time, when we're testing these max hold, every sort of mechanical advantage an inch goes really far. So let's carry on. So a lot of the athletes, obviously, we all get to the stage now. Matt's in critical fighting stage now. He's sort of gone to the split leg position. I like this because he's really fighting backwards and forwards. He's gone from having his legs in a parallel position to having them either side to counterbalance the sort of seesaw effect. Really good strategy, really good plan at this stage where his shoulders will be pretty much frying and on fire at the minute. So yeah, he's only probably got another 10 seconds or so in him. I think if that Noah had a little flinch and is starting to sort of see a little bit of a breakdown, but keeping sound mechanics at the moment. Yeah, so like I say, Matt's come down within the 10-second period. You can see that he was really having to fight. Noah has started the dance on the hands not long before Matt had come down. So you're probably looking again. Noah's probably looking at another 10 seconds or so before we see the real breakdown and the shoulders really sort of give out and go. Um, for you guys that are watching this and you want uh, sort of help going forwards with the endurance aspect of if you can hold your handstand and you're able to hold uh handstand and stay within a meter, then once you sort of get that sound mechanics going, it's a case of making sure that you include it in your programming, whether it be your classes coaching, your coaches are coaching your classes and they include it, or you have to go away before the class or after your class and you include it in your sort of your routine pre and post class. For these guys, this is probably a move at this stage in CrossFit where it was big, but it wasn't as big and as focused on before the 2020 games. So for these guys, I think they were hitting just under a minute, whereas the females were hitting. I think Catherine hit over 2 minutes on her handstand. So I think the difference there between the guys and the girls is quite a big difference, and it's quite big. So, like anything, it's just practice and patience, and it's just keep working it and building that shoulder endurance. So things like the wall walks and then adding in a handstand hold against the wall, you guys can play around as coaches, and there's so many crafty ways and different ideas to prolong handstand endurance for the shoulders. So let's watch the rest of this. See how Noah gets on, and he was straight down there. So yeah, that's uh, that's just my reaction from Matt and Noah during the 2022 games. Will we see that again in the 2023 Open or the 2023 season games? Leave a comment below. Make sure you like this video. And yeah, make sure you check out our daily program in the description box or on the channel's main page. Uh, if you're struggling to get through to that, make sure you go over to our Instagram and give us a DM, and we will sort you guys out. But for now, see you soon.